Here on this channel, we set the tone and we only talk wealth, assets. We don't indulge in none of the goofy bot shit that's going outside in the matrix and just men here to distract us. We focus on wealth. And today I just wanted to talk about 5 reasons why I don't care about a market crash or a nearing recession. All right. So yesterday, what took place in the market was $2.9 trillion was lost in the stock market, and the biggest losers being Meta, Nvidia, Amazon, and I think Microsoft. But ultimately, investors are scared that the Fed may have waited too long to drop interest rates and that a soft landing could not come into fruition. So, with that being said, I just want you guys to understand when you're on the journey of building wealth, not only is it important to understand propaganda and what the tactics of the 1%, which is ultimately getting you to panic sell out of your assets and not think long term, get emotional and ramp up the fear so you can end up selling your positions and not get into your wealth. So the first point, the number one reason, and I'm going to say it first, the number one reason why I don't care about a recession or a market crash is I can't do anything about it. I can only control what I can control. So anything outside, I can't control a recession from happening. I mean, me as an individual cannot stop a global recession from taking place. You see what I'm saying? So, but one thing I can control is how I utilize my money, my spending habits. Where is my money going on a daily to weekly basis and monthly basis? Can I cut back here and invest more? Can I cut back here and save more? You know what I'm saying? Thinking in terms of a grower and not someone who wants to consume during a time where a recession is on the brinks or during a recession. So that's the number one thing, controlling what you can control. You feel what I'm saying? Number two thing, they want you to panic sell out of your assets. Remember, staying still is one of the best things you can do while investing. So usually investors, like value investors in particular, like to find value and like to see a position they buy and then essentially they hold. If nothing's changing in the company, if the financials is still good, if they're still profiting, if they're still beating on earnings, or even if they're slightly missing, if they're still making an underlying profit that is better year over year, why are you panic selling your stocks? You bought this thing for a reason. Remember your reason behind buying the stock. If that doesn't change, and all that's changing is the news or the storylines behind it, the narrative behind it, that's all propaganda, guys. So it's important to understand what you're buying and then essentially not panic selling and understanding that when you buy a stock, you're owning a piece of business. So when I buy a Microsoft stock, I'm a shareholder of Microsoft. I'm banking on Microsoft to be bigger in 3 to 5 years or 10 years or 20 years, however long your horizon is. I'm banking on things to be better. And in the short term, the stock market is a voting machine. So it's the most popular thing. You know what I mean? Everything that's trying to make the people the most money in the short term. In the long term, the financials is what matters. Just like in your personal life, if you got a whole bunch of credit card debt and consumer debt and you don't have any money, you're more likely to not be here the next year or in 5 years or in 10 years if you don't do something about that debt and you don't have cash flow coming in. You're not a good company. You're struggling personally as well if we're on a personal spectrum. And then the third reason, the number 3 reason, thinking long term. Wealth is a marathon, not a race. And guys, I'm sure you heard this a million times. So, but it's just simple, and it's really a fact. The turtle always wins the race. You know what I'm saying? So it's like understanding that things is gonna come up, and it's gonna be an up and down journey. You know, it's gonna be ups and downs during the journey, but that's what makes everything you're waiting on and everything that you're working towards. That's what makes it worth it. It's the grind and the journey behind it. All the emotional times you get, you know, while holding a stock, you might feel some type of way about it, and then you see it's not doing that in the moment. You know, thinking long term though, you know, it's a marathon over time. Like I said, financials is undeniable. If for example, if Apple is continuing to sell more iPhones each and every year, or their cloud business is getting bigger, why would I wait or try to see if in the short term if they do bad or something like that in the short term. It doesn't matter if Apple was to do bad in the short term. Long term, if you see, like when I say short term, I mean missing on earnings. They miss on earnings, but they won the following earnings. You know what I mean? Thinking long term, if nothing really changes in the business, there's no reason to be panic selling. All right. And then my fourth reason, guys, number 4, throw them fours up. The fourth reason is not trying to time the market. So regardless of where the market is, it is my responsibility to contribute what I work for and put in to each of my positions, whether it be ETF, Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, the Big 7, the Mag 7, whatever position is my responsibility to add to that position weekly, monthly, and obviously yearly in the long term. So, and I can't tell, I don't care if Microsoft goes to 450 and I buy there, and then it goes down to 420 and I buy there, or it goes up to 520 and I buy there. Weekly, dollar cost averaging. It's called DCA, dollar cost averaging. In the long term, you feel me? Your position gets built, is well built after you done contributed weekly, monthly, and yearly. So not trying to time the market. No one knows where the market is going. And if someone tells you that they do, immediately slam the door in their face and run away. All right, so the fifth reason, and this is like almost the second, or I would say it is the second most important thing on this list, and that is whenever there's a recession or whenever there is a market crash, it is an opportunity to buy low, guys. This is where you're going to get all these great businesses with all these great financials on discount. Think about it like this. Your favorite clothing brands, your favorite sneakers. Think about it like that's finally going on sale after all the demand that it had coming out, and it was hard to get your hands on it at that price. You get what I'm saying? Or it was a little bit too expensive for you. Think about it like now you finally get the opportunity to buy it and own it. Like I said, when you buy a piece of a business, when you buy a stock, you're buying a piece of a business, which is a stock. You know what I'm saying? So buying low, guys, this is where all the wealth is created. Understanding your price target, where you want to jump in at, and buying on sale. We love sales over here. That's what we do on this channel. We talk building wealth, and the number one way of building wealth is to buy assets on sale. That's what investing is, in my opinion. Nothing else. Buying something that the price doesn't reflect how much it's really worth, seeing for in the future, seeing the fruition, and then going ahead and buying, seeing it as an opportunity. So those are the 5 reasons why I do not care about a market crash. Peace.